Hi everyone, welcome, Bentley. Anyways, how's everyone doing today? We are going to be having some real talk today. So, I would say push pause, go get a glass of wine, go get a hard mixed drink, hard liquor, straight up beer or something, unless it's early in the morning like it is for me now. I have a thing I don't drink before noon, except for certain occasions. So if I worked overnight and getting off, that's different. Yes. Or if I had a really, really, really rough morning, I might have a drink a little before then, like at 11 or something. But I only did that on one occasion. Okay. So, anyways, if not, then definitely throw me into your watch later and watch it later. But so, with that being said, let's get into it. As we're talking, the veterinary profession has the highest suicidal rate than any other medical profession right now, which is one of the reasons Bentley and I are doing this. According to NOMV, Not One More Vet is an organization. They have this was the reason that they exist, to provide tools to help prevent this. So according to them, vets are 2.5 more times likely to die by their own hand than the general population. A study by the CDC revealed that 1 in 6 vets have considered doing this. 1 in 6 vets have considered doing this. Think about how many work where you work in your practice. Think about how many friends, colleagues you have that are in this profession or that are even veterinarians. So if you know 12, at least 2 of you have considered this at some point. Female vets are 3.5 times more likely to take their own life than the general population. Male vets are 2.1 times more likely to do this. Think about that, guys. That's a lot. Even one person is a lot. Okay. There is a veterinary shortage. There is a support staff shortage. The last statistic I saw was there is 1 veterinarian for every 1,500 animals. Let that sink in for a minute. 1 veterinarian for every 1,500 animals. How many animals do you see a week? And I'm sure you probably don't see quite 1,500. Well, depending on where you work. I would say there's one place my husband worked that might have been a possibility. But there's 1 veterinarian for every 1,500 animals. And by now it's probably more animals, less veterinarians. Anyways, so the good thing is there are resources out there. The reason I wanted to start off with this is because throughout all these and throughout everything, I'm going to continue to provide these resources to you. And I need you to know why. These resources need to be ingrained in you for many reasons. I also want you to know there's somebody that cares. And the reasoning that we are doing this in hopes that we could help. So one of the resources that is out there that a lot of you may not know about, NOMV, or Not One More Vet, also known as NOMV, is actually this particular resource is through that. I highly recommend you, if you haven't already, definitely go through their website. There are a lot of resources there. They do provide grants, and yes, it's both for support staff, so that's technicians, veterinary assistants, as well as doctors. One of their resources is called Lifeboat. Now, Lifeboat is a peer support. It is anonymous peer-to-peer support platform. So what you would do is you would answer a few questions, and then after a few questions, you will be contacted by a fellow vet professional. So they will team you up with someone like in the similar. So if you're a large animal veterinarian, they will connect you with or team you up with someone, another large animal veterinarian. If you're a small animal technician, they will pair you up with a small animal technician. So there's about 3 people in this particular group, this peer pod. They'll call them pods. They put 3 people into the group, and what they do is once you've registered and reached out, after 48 hours, you will be messaged by your peer group, and then you can communicate with them. And normally after you register in the first time you communicate, after that you can reach out to them. Typically it takes about 24 hours for them to reach back out to you, so it's not like an immediate contact, but it's reaching out to someone that is experiencing the similar thing as you, as kind of a support in an anonymous support group. They always say, you'll talk to a stranger, you dump all your problems on a stranger because you'll never see them again, right? So it's kind of similar to this. They're your support group, but you don't know who they are. And so it's easy to talk to somebody that you don't realize you're talking, you don't know, they don't know who you are, so you can say whatever you want. So they have no clue of who you're talking about, what you're talking about, nor do you have to worry about them telling somebody else that you know about what you're going through. So yes, I would definitely look into if it's something that you feel that you need. I would definitely look into that. Like I said, it's for veterinarians, it's for support staff. So definitely look into that. That's on Not More One Vet's website. You go on there. It's easy to, you just go to the top right-hand corner on the bar there, and then let's see. You go to you'll go to veterinary professionals drop down, and it says peer support. So yes. Also, as well, another thing, look into. Not One More Vet supported it, but there was this team that did a documentary. It's called The Cost of Caring. We helped raise a little bit of money to help for this documentary. When I first saw that this was going on, it is a much needed documentary that they put out. It is on PBS. You can also watch it on Not One More Vet's website. You can watch it through the PBS app. I will say, trigger warning, make sure that you are in the state or in a place that if you are triggered, you would be able to handle that or deal with that in that sense. So in other words, don't watch it before you go to work. Don't, don't watch it if you're getting ready to go somewhere that you need to be of present mind with something else. That's our cockatiel Monty. You can hear back there. Like I said, we actually have we're headed out for some things to do some errands and stuff today. So he goes with us when we do that, and we're getting him ready for that as well. So back to the cost of caring. I will say I do recommend every client watch this. If you have friends, family that you feel like they don't quite understand what you're going through, have them watch this documentary. Okay. It does focus on veterinarians, but it also focuses on support staff as well. It does have support staff in there and talks about some of the things they go through. But too, with support staff, I think it's really good that, granted, I know sometimes doctors talk to you guys about things, their experience and other things, but other time, but I also know there's other things they don't say. I know that there's things that they don't say because my husband says it to me. The whole best friend spousal privilege thing. I'm lucky he feels that he can talk to me about it. But when they talk, you can see more into what they're thinking and they go through, because there are veterinarians on here that do break it down. But also in the same sense, to the reverse can go. Veterinarians, there are, because there are a couple of support staffs on there that talk, you can see what they go through as well. So yes, but I also recommend, if you're a veterinarian, if you have a clinic, I think you should advertise that your clients watch this. I think it's very important that clients understand what veterinarians and support staff go through, even CSRs to some degree. So yes, I definitely highly recommend it. Remember, cost of caring, it is on PBS. You can also watch it through NOMV's website as well. So it's free to watch. Don't watch it through the app because it's free. Don't watch it through Prime. Don't rent it or anything, because you can get it for free. Definitely. So with that, also remember, what you do is important. You matter. If you're even thinking about leaving this world on your own accord, there are people that will miss you. Okay. So don't think that that is not the case. Don't think you're not good enough, because you are. There are not enough veterinarians. We don't need to lose anymore. There's not enough staff support. We don't need to lose anymore. Okay? So with that being said, if you're having these thoughts, please contact the National Crisis Center. It's 24/7. If you need to talk to somebody immediately, you can call 1-800-273-TALK or 988. You can dial 988 on your phone. I feel like that's easier to remember, 988. Okay? Or if you accidentally dial 911, that may be okay too. That will be helpful too. But yes, 988. Also, the other thing, if you feel like it's difficult to call and physically ask someone for help, please text. You can actually text. There is a text crisis number, okay? So you can text HOME, HOME, to 741-741. Now, I'm sure in that time, that moment, you will not remember that number. Program it into your phone, okay? Please. And then all you have to do is text HOME. If you can't even remember HOME, you could probably text HELP, and they would probably help you too. So remember, there are resources, all right? 988 if you want to talk to somebody, or text 741-741, okay? So, sorry for the real talk. Next week, we're going to get into setting boundaries. So that's really important. All right. And don't forget to check out the cost of caring and NOMV's website, notonemorevet.org. Okay. And if you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to hear about, talk about, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Remember, if we do that, then remember, subscribing is free, but it also helps the algorithm. So if someone is in your community, veterinary community, is looking for something like this, it will easily pop it up with the more people that we have subscribed. All right. So with that, take care, be safe, and remember, you're not alone. All right. And you would be missed if something happened to you. All right. And take care of those fur babies. They're the